President Trump putting the economy in focus while hinting at tax cuts and aggressive housing reform in the new year. Madeleine Rivera joins us live from D.C. with the deets. Maddie.
Todd, the administration wants to keep the economy their main priority because voters will likely be thinking primarily about their pocketbooks in the midterms. The White House is seeing a bit of a boost this week, with inflation easing to 2.7% in November. That is down from 3% in September. Some data is missing because of the government shutdown, but the president is taking a victory lap.
You saw the inflation numbers. They just came out today. What great timing. Practically no inflation. We've had tremendous success. We're bringing prices down. We inherited a mess. And part of what we inherited was the worst inflation in 48 years. I say history, but we had the worst inflation. It drove prices up. And now we're bringing those prices down.
Next year, the president is promising several things, including large tax refunds, warrior dividend checks for service members, and housing reforms.
Are you still considering a national emergency over housing?
I'm looking at it. I want to take care of the people that have houses that have a value to the house that they never thought possible, that have sort of made them wealthy and happy, and especially in their later years. Got to be careful with that. I want to keep them up. At the same time, I want to make it possible for people to go buy houses.
Still, a Fox News poll shows only 39% of voters approve the president's handling of the economy, 1 point above last month's low of 38%. 58% think the administration is focusing on the wrong things. That's about the same marks that former President Biden received 4 years ago, when about 50% of voters said his administration was prioritizing the wrong issues as well. Todd, back to you.
Maddie, thank you. Let's bring in President of Americans for Tax Reform, Grover Norquist. And Grover, we got a lot of economic data points yesterday, but this is a battle between facts and feels. How do those data points translate into really the only data point that the average American cares about? The money in their bank account and corresponding purchasing power.
Yes, what we want to have is both higher wages and more take-home pay. One of the things that the Democrats did when they came into power was to raise taxes, as they always do. President Trump and the Republicans in the House and the Senate not only had a whole series of tax cuts, but they stopped a $4 trillion tax increase because the previous Trump taxes were going to begin to lapse. That would have been a $4 trillion tax hike on Americans. Every American would have seen their rates increase. That is what every single Democrat in America in the House and the Senate voted for, and what all the Republicans voted to stop. That was step one in making sure Americans keep an extra $4 trillion in their pockets that otherwise would have been taken away. Now, in addition to that, there were additional tax rate reductions. Every American saw their rates go down for the federal taxes. And of course, at the state level, those red states are busy cutting taxes as well, a number of them looking to go to zero. So it's not just the federal government, but state Republicans are reducing the tax burden. Affordability is two sides. How much money do you have after taxes, and what are prices? We are still living with the Biden 20% inflation. That didn't disappear. That's permanent damage to the economy that we have to overcome with growth.
Let me ask you a very pointed question about prices. Historically, when we label things as inflation improving, that doesn't mean prices go down. They just don't go up as much. Could you see a scenario involving unicorns and leprechauns, something that never happens, where prices on things other than gas actually go down, where corporations say, okay, we're not paying as much, we're going to lower the price that you pay for the good? A few seconds to you, Grover.
In most cases, no, because that's deflation and it's an economy that's stalling. But where there are prices that are driven up by regulation in a particular sector, absolutely. Car prices will come down from where they would have been because of the president's deregulation there. Energy prices can come down because the Democrats put so much unnecessary regulatory burden on them and so many taxes. Take those taxes off targeted industries, and you will see prices go down. That's what you're seeing with gasoline prices.
And eggs. I forgot about eggs. Eggs did go down. I got to give credit to the eggs. Grover Norquist, anybody watching this segment, I think is going to be a little bit excited for 2026, dovetailing on what the president, J.D. Vance, and everybody in D.C. on the Republican side is saying. Thank you for your time this morning, sir.
Good to be with you.
Likewise, sir.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.